everybody, welcome to this video. So in this video we are going to learn the difference between EM and REM when using font size in CSS. So you see right here I have my HTML code. Now let me add a paragraph here. I'm going to say I am a paragraph. So let me say I'm a paragraph. And inside of that I'm going to add a span element. So span. And I'm going to say I am a span. So S-P-A-N. Okay. So you see that I have a paragraph here, and inside of that paragraph I have this span element. So if we take a look at it, you see it says I'm a paragraph and I am a span. And you see the font size is all the same because we have not done anything to it. So probably I can change the font size of the paragraph to 20 pixels. So you see now it's 20 pixels and everything becomes 20 pixels. But now let's say that we want to make this span twice the number of the font size of the paragraph. So to do that, I could have said, I can say, for example, span, all right, and I can basically say font dash size 2am. All right, so 2m. So what this does, you see, now this one is larger than the paragraph because we have multiplied by 2 basically. So if we take a look here, and if we take a look at the code, you'll notice that the paragraph font size is 20 pixels. So we set it to 20 pixels, and now we have, since this span is inside of the paragraph, we can basically add the EM to it. So 2M in this case means multiply, the parent font size by 2 and then add it to this element. So this is basically it about, using the EM here. And let's do one more example. So I'm going to add an age 1 here, and inside of that age, so I'm going to add something here. So I'm going to say hello, all right, and I'm going to use the strong tag, so strong, and I'm going to say world, all right. Okay, so if we take a look at it, you'll notice that we have hello world here. So the first thing that you should do to use M is you basically add a font size to the parent element. In this case, the parent element is age 1. So I'm gonna say age 1 here, and I'm gonna say font size, let's go about 30 pixels. So if you say 30 pixels, you'll notice that it will be all the same. But if you want to, change the child element font size to twice of its parent, you can basically say, I can basically in this case say, for example, strong, because we have used the strong element inside of the age 1. So I can say, for example, now font dash size 2em. So 2m. All right. So if you save it, you'll notice that this one is twice as this one because it uses the parent's element font size and it multiplies it. So if you want to make it like multiply 3 times, you can say 3m here, and as you notice, it will make it 3 times the font size of the original or the parent element. So now this one, since the parent element age 1, I set it to 30 pixels, and now we have said 3m here. So this means that this strong is 90. All right, so it's 90 pixels. And to prove this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, for example, font dash size 90 pixels. 90 pixels. Okay, so now let me zoom out. Okay, so now if I remove the M, 3M, if I, just remove it, you'll notice nothing will happen here because it's the same thing. So 90 pixels, I could have said 90 pixels. You can work with pixels, but this is how you use M basically. So now we will talk about the REM. So REM is a little bit different from the EM because the EM basically uses the parent's element and it multiplies it by 2 or whatever you want. For example, you see we are multiplying the strong now by 2M here. So this means, use the font size of this element's parent element and then multiply it by 2 because we are saying 2EM here. And if I go to the REM here, so the REM works with the root element. So the root element of HTML, so to style it, all you have to do is you type in HTML and then you open 2 curly braces, just like that. And then the default font size of the root element is 16 pixels. All right, so 16 pixels here. And if I say, for example, instead of saying 2 REM here, you see, so let's say that I want to change the strong here. So let's say that I want to change the font size of the strong based of the root elements. I can say, for example, 2 REM. So 2 times 16 now is 32. So now this is this world, because it's inside of this strong, so it's 32 pixels, because you see the root element, I set it to font size 16 pixels, and that's the default size. And 16 times 2 is basically 32. And let me change it to 3 times. So I can say 3 REM, so 3 REM. So this is basically it about the REM. So the REM, multiplies the elements font size based on the root element. So that's the REM. And the EM basically means the parent element and multiply it by 2 or whatever number you add. So I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all later.